Hey Simmers, it's Sims Free Play Design Heaven here. I'm back again to do another house tour. This is this house here that we're looking at. It's it's obviously on the main island, and it's next to, or not island, mainland, next to the fire department. This is one of the first houses that I ever designed. So this is hang on, no, I don't want anyone to move in. We want to have a look. I designed this house a really, really long time ago. As you can see, it's very simple, very simplistic idea behind this house. This was when I started The Sims, I was just kind of trying to get through all the different, levels and trying to get more furniture and stuff like that. And it wasn't until I started to really get into the design sort of aspect of it that I started to think, okay, I need to sort of really think about my designs, and I really want cool designs. And this was one of the first houses that I ever built where I was really kind of thinking about what the design would be, who would live here, what kind of a house it would be, and what I decided I wanted to do was make an eco-friendly house. So this is sort of like a self-sustainable house, so that it runs on, in my mind, it runs on solar power and natural energy, and it doesn't deplete the planet. So the way that I did that, kind of tried to convey that that tone in this house, was that I wanted there to be a lot of foliage, so I wanted there to be a lot of plants. I wanted very neutral, sort of earthy colors, so that it would seem like the house was, self-sustainable. I put a lot of the lettuce around the house because, I don't know, something about that lettuce just makes me think that, obviously they're growing their own, hopefully they might be growing their own fruit and vegetable as well. So, they're gardeners, and that's why, they've got vines on the lettuce, so I thought that they'd probably use their own rainwater. So I've got a tank here, which is usually the gas tank, but in my mind, it's actually a rainwater tank. So it usually would be outside, but they don't let you put it outside, so I've put it as close to outside as possible so that it's collecting rainwater. And the idea is that, it's self-sustainable living, and I love that idea in real life. So I kind of was really excited to make this house when I first made it. But let's dive in and do a bit of a tour. So as we walk in, all of the ground is sort of like stones, so it keeps the heat, and it also keeps the place cold in summer as well. So that's the kind of thinking behind that. You walk in, and to the right here, there's this kind of little sort of walkways. It's almost like a hallway, but it's not a hallway. It's a little room. So it's a study, but it's also where you put like the coats. So if people come over and they have coats and things like that, they can put the coats into that little wardrobe there. Then if we back out here and we go through the hallway, the lounge room is so tiny, but I thought it was kind of a really exciting thing to try and use such a small amount of space but still make it feel spacious and look good. So that was the challenge in this room, but I hope I pulled it off. I actually really like it. I like that couch, this leather orange couch. I find it so hard to use in my builds and my designs because orange is just it can be such an abrasive color, but I actually really love it here. I think it really goes. So I'm really happy that I got to put it in this design. Then if we come around here, as you can see, I've used a lot of like similar colors. So obviously the Sims do kind of packages where, obviously we've got the sort of the light brown here, the light brown here, the light brown, on the TV there as well, all the light brown walkways, and I've got the light brown skirting board as well. So I tried to really run with that idea that everything would be quite matchy, and they'd all match a lot in this house as well. So it would give that sort of impression that this is quite an earthy and rustic type of house. Well, not rustic, that's probably the wrong word, but earthy is, I think, probably the right word for that. Then as we go into the hallway, we've got a CD player or a stereo system, and then we've also got a cycle. What's it called? Oh my gosh, I can't believe I can't think of what this is called. A machine bike. Gosh, I can't remember what this is called. We'll come back to it later, and I'm sure I'll remember later. But yeah, so exercise bike, there it is. You literally got to see the inside of how my brain works just then. So we've got the exercise bike there, so that these people are obviously quite active as well. So if they're looking after the planet, they're looking after themselves as well. We've got the master bedroom here, which has its own little ensuite as well. So I put the Japanese toilet in there because it might be some sort of like reuse of water in some way, and that's what they've got going on there. in the back there. Then if we come through into the kitchen, I love the kitchen. The kitchen is quite big. So this is probably the most modern part of the whole house. And they've got the 2 stoves there. I don't know if you know what this is called, but it's called an Aga, and they have a lot of them in the UK. So I've just come from living in the UK, and it's sort of like an oven that's always on, and it uses coal, which is not that great for the environment, I guess, but that was the idea that I was using, with the two stoves there. I wanted it to be an Aga because I thought that was kind of cool to have an Aga in the house so that it would naturally warm the house as well, so potentially it doesn't need heating. So we've got I use the black. I just love using black. It's just ridiculous how much I like using black because I was using such naturalistic sort of tones. I didn't have any black in there, and I was just using sort of the really light sort of beigey brown colours in the house. And I didn't have any black, and I looked at it and I was like, ugh, it just kind of looked a little bit bland. And I looked at the TV, how I had the TV with the black on it. There was quite a bit of black on the TV, and I already had the book stand there, so the two of them there together, and I thought, why don't I introduce a little bit more black into the house, and it kind of gives it a little bit more of a pop in sensation in the visual of it. So it's quite nice visually to see a little bit more black in the house. Well, for me anyway. You guys might disagree. So we've got the lounge room. We've got the kitchen there, and then we go up the back here to the general bathroom. So this is for guests when they come over, and it's also if the people that live here want to have a bath, because it's obviously you need a big bathroom for a bath. And then we'll go outside. So this area here is just the general outside area. They'll probably do a little bit of sort of self-farming as well. That's where they might grow some crops and things like that for themselves. I didn't want to put any pavers or patios out here. I didn't initially, but once the patio quest came, and I just didn't want to. I thought it was quite nice and naturalistic to have this sort of a backyard with just a little fire pit, somewhere to sit, somewhere to enjoy, sit out here and have read a book and have a bit of a relaxing time. But it didn't need to be too populated by paving or anything like that. I just wanted to feel naturalistic. And then if we go out the side here where the rainwater is, so there's a side exit here. And I put this here because I wanted the building itself to look a little bit different and interesting. That's why I put this little alcove in here. But it actually worked out really well. So this is like a tranquil space for the couple to go out and sort of, sit by the fountain. Maybe it's a lot of gardening would be done here, obviously seeing to the grapes here. I love that they're grapes. I think that's so cool. They might make their own wine maybe. But yes, this is sort of like the tranquil area for them to go and kind of really enjoy their backyard there. And so that is the house. It is short but sweet, guys, but that's my eco-friendly sustainable living house. That was the idea behind it. Hopefully you guys can see the inspiration, and it kind of comes off like it might be an eco-friendly house. Tell me in the comments. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are, and if you guys have done something similar or something similar where you've taken an idea and tried to convey it in design in Sims. I'd love to see pictures, or if you guys have done videos of the same, that would be ace. I would love to see that. Subscribe to my page, subscribe to my channel as well. See more videos like this, get ideas. You can take as many as my designs as you want and put them in your own towns. And then like this video, give it a thumbs up, and find me on Instagram. My Instagram is simsfreeplay_design heaven. I post on there almost daily. So thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you guys are having a lovely day, and I will speak to you soon.